guys, Drewski here, and today we're checking out the Battlefield 2042 gameplay trailer. Now, I did a video 2 days ago about the announcement trailer. It was an analysis, breakdown, reaction, which I hate being a reaction video maker because 250,000 of you watched, and then now we're getting a ton of requests for me to react to the gameplay trailer, so I'm a day late on this. But apparently you guys want this, so if you want me to be a reaction YouTuber, I'm gonna do one more video. I have a gun to my head. Please don't think I'm a reaction YouTuber. But there's a lot of hidden things in this trailer that you can analyze if you just slow it down and watch it a few times over. So I watched it at 25% speed. I tried to pick out as much things as I could. And yeah, so let's check it out. And by the way, we're gonna be pausing and starting this trailer again and again. So if you wanna see the raw trailer, if you haven't seen this yet, probably best viewing experience is the link in the description. That goes straight to the raw video. First shot, you're in the back of a little bird, which in this game, apparently they're called the MD540 Nightbird there at the bottom right. So if it's ever in a vehicle in this trailer, you can look down at the bottom right and you can see the exact name of that helicopter, which is pretty neat. The player is the Doctor class, or I guess the Doctor Hero. Apparently, what I've heard is that the classes like rifleman or like the assault, the medic, or support, recon, whatever, are gone in favor of now a new system where there's certain characters, kind of Modern Warfare-esque or like Overwatch-esque, where there's heroes. I'm not the biggest fan until I really see it and see how it plays out and see if it plays better than the old system, but we'll see. He's got a 45 ACP little SMG in his hand. It looks like it also says 9mm, which I don't know if the customization system allows you to change that, but there are rifles out there. I actually have an MDR myself that can change. I can change the barrel system out, and it goes straight from 5.56 to 308. So that's a pretty reasonable thing for guns to be able to shoot different types of cartridges. And yeah, so this SMG can apparently switch from 9mm to 45 ACP. I'm expecting, you know, with 9mm, you're gonna have a faster firing bullet, but a little bit less damage. With 45, you're gonna have a slower firing bullet, but it's gonna have more stopping power against like unarmored targets or something. I don't know, something like that. You got a hammer scope on top of it, which with a 45 ACP, I don't know why you'd have a scope, but you know, it's Battlefield, be my guest. The sidearm he has is a Glock 17, it looks like, with a suppressor on it, and then his little, I guess, syringe gun there that he can shoot reviving darts with. And then he's got something on the 4th option and 5th option. I'm not exactly sure what those are, but I mean, I bet the last one is like a health pack or something. As he comes over the stadium, there's like people running on top of the stadium, as well as there's the Chinook in front of him. Not Chinook. Futuristic Ospreys flying in front of him. There's the Super Apache in the distance, and I remembered the name this time. That jet in the distance is an F-35, and there's also, I think, a Sukhoi 57 in this shot. Oh yeah, there it is. It comes up from the distance. It was totally like invisible when it was in front of a building there. Lots of different players up on the ground, just climbing that sandy hill, going towards that huge monument, that ringed monument in the distance. And this looks like this whole cityscape area might be the map. I'm not really sure, but the objectives are all to the right of him right now. So it looks like a lot of the objectives are in the middle of the open desert, as well as a lot of them are also in that cityscape in front of us in this shot. So pretty dang cool shot for the first opening shot. You get another shot of the Apache flying by, and then you get a first-person view of the Apache, which is so cool. So you can see the heads-up display is like surrounding the player. You can see it all around him in the cockpit there. He's locking on to what looks like a scout helicopter on the enemy team. I'm not sure if that was the Nighthawk, but you can see this helicopter is called the AH-64GX Apache Warchief. Yeah, so this is like a futuristic version of the Apache. The Apache is like the forefront of attack helicopters. It's got crazy lock-on systems, and this thing is going to be really, really cool in this game. What I did notice from the heads-up display in both the Apache here and in a LAV that we'll talk about later on in the video, there is really cool heads-up display systems that show you like when your weapon is overheating, and it's all UI based. It doesn't really say in numbers. It just gives you a little UI crosshair right where you're shooting, cooldown of your lock-on missile, or how many rounds you fired if the barrel is going to overheat, sort of thing. So that's all UI that's like right in your face, but still clean enough where you can look past it and see on the target. It's really clean UI here that we have in this game. So the Su-57 pulls a non-bro move and slams into the Apache on top of its little radar dome on the top, and the Apache's engines instantly catch fire. It's dueling with a Ka-52, and the Ka-52 has Hellfires on board on the pylons. So Those are usually Vickers missiles, but in this game, I'm guessing that, you know, they wanted both helicopters to be able to shoot the same things. So Hellfires can go on Ka-52s now, which is, I guess is kind of neat. I don't know if you think that's cool or unrealistic or not. So the Apache gets shot down by a Ka-52. Not a surprise. I mean, its engines are on fire from the friggin' Sukhoi hitting it. And then a man falls out of it, and guess who it is? It's the man that I accidentally mispronounced his name. His name is actually Espinoza, but I called him Vindoza in the last reaction video. So I'm going to call him... Should I call him Espinoza? No, I'm going to call him Vindoza. I'm going to keep on with the mistake. So I'm going to own up with it. So Vindoza falls out of the helicopter. It looks like he was one-manning that thing. He should have had a gunner. But in the next shot here, we get a shot of this bolt-action sniper rifle with iron sights. I'm not exactly sure what gun that is. It looks kind of like an R700 with like a crazy stock on it. Basically, you can get any sniper rifle in any stock. Sniper rifles kind of fit in anything, and there's stocks made that can make any gun look like anything, especially with bolt rifles. So this could be anything from like a 308 rifle to a 408 or a 12.7 millimeter. I don't even know, but it could be a 5.56. I'm not sure, but it's probably like an R700, probably like a medium damage sniper rifle with that stock on it. And for some reason, this guy in this big open area is running it without a scope. But with that new customization system, you can... I guess we'll show that later. You guys haven't seen that yet. But you can adjust your attachments on the fly. You can, like, Crisis 1, flip your gun up and just change the stuff on your rifle. So technically, if you're up on top of a building, you can just pop a scope on your rifle and then fire. So maybe that's just me being dumb and being ignorant of that fact. But then he pulls out his grapple gun, shoots at the crane, goes up the crane, and guess who it is again? It's Vindoza. It's the man. It's the boy, Vindoza. And so he gets up on this crane. That was a super cool move. I don't think he could control where he was flying at all. I think it was purely like momentum based on where he shot and where he started from, which is pretty neat. I kind of like that. It's not too much mobility, but it does give you kind of that upper hand. And here in front of him is Vindoza again. It's a second Vindoza. Stabbing, I guess this sniper class guy. The sniper class guy has a gadget pad on his left hand. Not exactly sure what that is, but he also has this sort of, I would guess, either a radio antenna or maybe like a jamming dome up on top of his bag. So what's going to be cool is that maybe if these guys are probably not maybe, but these guys are probably going to have special abilities. And if you happen to see somebody during combat and you have the game knowledge, you might know how to counter those abilities, or maybe it'll force you to play in a certain way based on just looking at somebody. You'll know what's on their kit. You'll know what abilities they have, and be able to change your gameplay method. So also the heads-up display here, I'm pretty sure right underneath the center of the reticle, there's a little semicircle that slowly is filling out. I think that's the cooldown for the grapple gun again, because it matches pretty closely with the grapple gun at the bottom right. Also, that's a 44 Magnum, maybe 357, but I'm hoping it's a 44 Magnum down at the bottom right, because goddamn, I want it back. Battlefield 3 memories, man. That was a beastly gun. So Vindoza, his name is now Dozer. So I'm gonna call him Vindozer for the last part of the video here. Vindozer stabs the guy. The character looks out upon the sandstorm, and here we get a shot of the super futuristic Chinook. Not Chinook. I keep saying Chinook. It's an Osprey. Osprey flies by. That is a super cool looking tank. I have no idea what that is. That looks like a modernized Abrams with like extremely aggressive turret armor, and a cool little logo on the side too. So there's a tank falling from the sky with parachutes. Now, I don't know if you can call this in as a player. I'm pretty sure that's what I heard, but this could also be a commander that called in the tank or something like that. And apparently you can call this in on people that are up on towers. So if you just wanted to squish a little sniper man, you could maybe get a lucky call in and get a tank to go squish them. Now, there is one thing about this shot that disturbs me, and that is that the tank is about to squish a man, and that man is AFK, and that man happens to be Vindozer. But the player hops into that tank that dropped down. There's some really cool camo netting, if I do say so myself. I love camo nets on vehicles, by the way. They make vehicles look so much cooler. And it just shows a little bit more that, like, hey, we wanted to put extra life into our tanks, you know? So they put a lot of dusts and scratches and ghillie netting and all that, and boxes of cargo in the back of the racks of the turret right there. I mean, this is a pretty cool tank. Also, there's a top gunner, a back gunner, and a spotter that can fit in the tank. And it's shooting a 120 smoothbore. I think that's the standard cannon that the Abrams has today. And it's got 5 shots, and then it's got infinite shots. So, no more limited ammo from Battlefield 5. Something that was, I kind of was mixed about it. It's not like I hated it or loved it in Battlefield 5. But I'm happy to just see that they kind of went back to the old method, because I guess I enjoyed it more. I don't really know. I didn't really have too many gripes about the Battlefield 5 ammo system where you had to go and rearm your vehicles. Yeah. So unlimited ammo in your tanks now. The tank shoots a sailboat round into the cockpit. Ooh! Ooh! I wonder if it would, like, go in between the two pilots. I don't know. It shoots a sailboat round into the cockpit. It explodes the helicopter. Man, that'd be actually really fun to see, like, a sailboat round go through a helicopter and see what it would do. You can also see a lot of detail on the heads-up display here. You've got always a compass at the top of the screen, as well as, if you caught it, I'm not sure if it was in the first part or if it's in the latter half of this trailer, if you ADS with a rifle, I'm pretty sure at the bottom of your screen, there's a little subtle compass that comes up. Maybe at the top, I'm not sure. But very, very subtle compass HUD that's kind of like reminiscent of what we see in Squad or PUBG or Fortnite even. I don't know if Fortnite has a HUD with bearings on it. But I think that's a really cool thing to come into games, because like that's almost like a milsim game, like an Arma 3 inspired feature, to have the ability to just quickly see a bearing and call it out so you can communicate with your teammates. I mean, that is literally not there for anything other than communicating to your teammates. Hey, I'm getting shot from 270 to the west. You know, that's a really, really cool feature. I love compasses in games, as long as they're not too intrusive and kind of muck up the clean heads-up display. But in this, it's kind of tasteful, especially in the tank here. Like, he's looking at, wait a sec, wait, that's not correct. That's not, wait, I'm confused. I think the bearing goes, it's 172, which is normal, but then it goes above 360. Hold up. Okay, maybe it's alpha gameplay, okay? It's alpha. It's probably very early, so that bearing goes a little bit above. It goes a little bit above 360. I didn't think I would be able to catch that in a gameplay trailer, but we caught a bug. Yeah, that has to be a bug. There's no way you could go above 360. So, we found our first bug. DICE, please don't hate us. Then we're in the Jeep. The Jeep is pretty sick. There's like a minigun up on top this time, which I really prefer over the kind of Dishka or M2s from earlier Battlefield games. Minigun is going to be a lot better for ground troops on Jeeps, because Dishkas and M2s in video games just don't have enough of the power to, like, hit things. I feel like the rate of fire, not the power, the rate of fire is so low on M2s and Dishkas in certain games, especially like Battlefield 4, that you just can't really easily kill anybody with them. I feel like it's a lot more effective to have like the minigun that's on the ribs in Battlefield 4. Those things are awesome, because if you're moving really quickly, you can just sway across somebody, and the rate of fire is so high that you'll be able to at least hit them a little bit. So having miniguns up on top of these Jeeps, I like that a lot more than Dishkas and M2s, but I wonder if that's customizable. I don't really know. Next up here, we get the LAV shot. Now, we don't really get a good view of this thing. Maybe this is the top turret of a tank. I'm not really sure, because it looks like this character is playing as the secondary gunner. I'm not sure, but it might be an LAV. The heads-up display does show what looks to be a cooldown timer when this player is firing the gun. So although he does have infinite ammo, there is a cooldown timer, or there a cooldown like little circle that's filling in, which is pretty dang neat. Also, it shows the distance off to the left. I just feel like the heads-up displays on these things are a lot better than they used to be. And I think that's have to do with the art team, and have to do with the fact that these games are on such higher resolutions now. I mean, this is going to be releasing probably in 4K on whatever next-gen console there is, Series X and PS5. And so, being at 4K, how much is 4K compared to 720p? Battlefield 4 released on Xbox One in 720p 60 FPS. It released on the PS4 in 900p 60 FPS. So 720p was what Battlefield 4 was. And now 4K is what it's going to be probably on the Xbox One Series X or whatever, and the PS5. So that just allows a lot more space for that HUD to really fill in the image with a lot more detail. So they weren't really scared to put a lot more detail into the things like that. Also Vendoza. What's his name now? Vendoza? There's a character on the right here with the ghillie suit net. He's running alongside the tank, which is kind of neat. Haven't seen much of him. The next shot, you got Vendoza just running towards a helicopter. F-35 has some interesting missiles on it. I think, what do those look like? I don't know what missiles those are exactly. They look like Russian air-to-ground missiles. They look like the Russian Mavericks from like the Frogfoot in DCS. That looks like what would be on the back or at the bottom of the Frogfoot. But I mean, this is missiles that are probably going to be on both aircraft and modeled on both aircraft. So, I mean, I can't really gripe about it. It's Battlefield. You got Vendoza in the next shot. Look at him go. Look at him go. Vendoza is going wild in this. And there's 2 Vendozers. Oh my gosh, the lighting in this, man. You got like, the buildings are reflecting light from other buildings. It's just wow. I don't know if that's RTX or something. I guarantee RTX is in this game. It's gonna have everything from RTX to NVIDIA DLSS and all that sort of stuff. All that's gonna be in this game, especially when it's coming to next-gen consoles. What's cool is that the heads-up display changes and gets more glitchy as the the tornado comes in. So this tornado is closing in, and even if you're in a building and you can't even see the outside of the building at all, you'll probably still have that glitchy heads-up display. What's going to be interesting is to see kind of where the inside of a building and protected is compared to the outside of the building and able to be grabbed by the wind and pulled up into the tornado. I wonder if there's like, it's just like a 0 to 100, or if it's a slow, if you walk into a building, you start getting pulled by the tornado a little bit less, and then you eventually get to where you're kind of safe from the wind. Gonna be interesting there. I'm interested to see how that works. But here we see also in the heads-up display at the bottom right, there's a Glock with a red dot and a little laser, it looks like, on the bottom. Looks like he's got like a health pack of some sort, maybe an ammo pack, and then maybe a rocket launcher, I guess, and then like a spray paint can? I don't know. What's so sad about this shot, though, I'm very, very sad, this is a very somber shot, is that while everything is getting picked up by the tornado, there is one lone quad bike that is falling from the sky all alone. And nobody even thinks about him. He crashes and dies for his country. So we run into the building to get cover from the tornado, and we run into the elevator while we're loading our Glock. And who is protecting the elevator? It's Vendoza. Inside the elevator, we get the coolest shot of Vendoza reloading his Glock while the main character pulls up a Wait, was Vendoza in the... Wait. I don't think Vendoza went in the elevator with them. He didn't! Vendoza was not in the elevator! Paul changed into Vendoza! Oh my gosh. We have solved the case. So the player pulls up the Vector in the Crisis 2 sort of form, and this is the plus system, where you can adjust what type of foregrip, what type of magazine, what type of scope you want on the rifle, and even if you want a suppressor or a muzzle brake or none of the above. What a cool system. Now I know a lot of players are going to think, oh, this is going to make customization boring, but honestly, I feel like customization in Battlefield 1, 4, they never really found out what they wanted exactly. In 4, the UI was really clunky. You had to go through a ton of menus, and you spent a lot of time out of the game, out of the battle, just to customize your weapon and kit. Unless you were really fast with the UI, if you go back and like record an hour worth of Battlefield 4 gameplay, then you go back and scroll through it, just look at how much time you spend in the menu customizing a gun and not actually playing in the match, or customizing a certain vehicle, changing the weapon out or something. So this is a cool little system here. I'm wondering if there's a separate menu for, like, if you are dead and you want to customize that kit, or if this is all you get. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe you kind of can hotbar certain items into the little plus system here. So like maybe there's more foregrips than just 2 for the Vector, but then you can hotbar them so that they do appear in the plus system, but you only can switch between 2 different options unless you're dead. Then you can go and switch between 8 or 9. Not sure, but the Vector guy prefers his loadout to be close quarters in this shot, so he switches to the Vector. Vendoza just pulling awesome badass stuff here. He stabs a guy while there's like a helicopter pulling in. He also tries to shoot this heli. He misses terribly. I don't know. Vendoza's kind of falling downhill, I guess. And then we get the quad bike going C4 into the helicopter. So you follow Vendoza. I can't keep saying Vendoza. He's in every shot. Get on a zip line, which is like a Battlefield hardline feature, which is pretty dang neat. And then you start spraying the Vector at a dude up on the little balcony there. And there's little hit markers. I think it's blue, blue, red, which I'm not sure if blue means headshot or if blue just means hit. I think that's blue, unless this is like kind of a whatchamacallit, optical illusion where everything's red so the white looks blue. I'm not sure. Looks pretty blue to me though when he shoots that guy for the first 2 shots, and then the third shot is red, which means kill, I'm pretty sure. But the super chonky boy Hind comes up shooting 2 different miniguns that are, it looks like they're gimbaled. They're not shooting both straight, so that must be a helicopter where there's a guy in the pilot seat and then there's 2 guys that are on both guns. Pretty dang neat that you can have attack helicopters with 3 players in them, because there's no way that's just 2. So yeah, 3 players in that helicopter firing guns. Apache's popping flares. Guy jumps off the building, gets out the wingsuit, and just starts being pulled up by the tornado. There's just a lot going on in these scenes. I can't really describe any more analysis here, other than Mendoza is driving the minivan, so you know you can trust him. So yeah, a lot of different shots of the tornado pulling everybody up into the sky, and then the K-52 comes crashing into the helicopter that the player is riding in. A lot of different shots of the different maps. The ice map, I think that's like the Indian ship facility sort of map. Then we get the rocket launch map with a cool LMG in our hands, so we never really saw much else in the trailer other than just like that one SMG, the 45 SMG and the Glock that the other guy had. This guy's running the 44 Magnum and this LMG of some sort. And he's got a Riot Shield, which we actually see that same Riot Shield in an earlier shot when they're running down a hallway. You can see Mendoza, it happens to be him carrying the Riot Shield, which is pretty similar to the one that we saw in Battlefield 4. Pretty about the same, I don't know, geometry to it, the same width, the same height. So probably no surprises there. It's a Riot Shield. I'm wondering if it's actually going to be useful, because players play with a Riot Shield in Battlefield 4 for maybe a week or 2, and then it was never really seen again. You never really see the Riot Shield out other than someone that's just running a meme kit, because you can't really do much with it. There's no really tactical advantage to using it in a game like Battlefield 4. The next shot, the medic kit with an RPK. SMG is back again, that 45 to 9mm SMG being reloaded, and he's also doing the kind of 2 mag reload, which is pretty sick. You bring a mag out of your pocket first, of your pouch, and then you grab the other one. And it's really easy movement to do that with certain magazines like SMG mags. And yeah, that was the trailer. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the analysis of it. Hopefully you have a better idea of what the next Battlefield game is like. There's a lot of Mendoza, but there's a lot of new features, like brand new heads-up display features. There's a lot more weapons and customization that we see, live customization in match, as well as a lot of different customization when it comes to the vehicles themselves, it seems, as well. So far, I really like it. I think that the artistic style is a little bit, I guess Modern Warfare-y in terms of the characters. I think that's the only gripe I really have, is that looking at some of the characters, it just I like the look of standard soldiers more, and I do think that it's never really been super realistic in Battlefield. In Battlefield 4, you had the Chinese support class wearing the ballistic face masks and stuff, so it's always been kind of crazy, so I can't gripe too much on it. I just really hope that with this new character hero system that they don't go too far into kind of pulling a Rainbow Six Siege or a Modern Warfare in terms of the skins and their appearance, because we all know how those games kind of went with their appearances. But other than that, I feel like this is almost like a Battlefield 4 remastered sort of vibe. I feel like the Levolution, you know, if they just had another game with Levolution again, everybody would have just been like, okay, cool. But then in this game, you've got these crazy storms that are going to happen, and all we've seen is the sandstorm and a tornado. So you wonder, you know, what are the other maps going to have? You know, what's going to happen on all the maps? Are there going to be maps without these weather conditions? You know, it's just gonna kind of be interesting for that sort of situation. Are you going to have matches where it's just sunny and you have no tornado at all, or are you going to have matches where it's just like raining and thunderous the whole time? I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. In terms of the weapons, the animations, the vehicles, everything like that, it looks flawless. DICE is always really good at that sort of stuff, especially when it comes to graphics. And this trailer, the graphics are frostbite. They're always impressive. The lighting was crazy, but especially those animations of like the first-person weapon animations and stuff are just top-notch. So excited to have a Modern Warfare era Battlefield game again. Excited to see what weapons we can use in it. I think somewhere in the trailer there was an underbarrel ERD DL, or what is it called? EGLM. It was somewhere in the trailer. Hopefully I can skim around and find it. I forgot to mention that to you guys. But yeah, I saw it when I was just scrolling through the trailer earlier today. But yeah, little underbarrel thing in a Scar platform. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, I like it. I hope that Battlefield keeps giving us some gameplay to go check out. And if you guys like the review and the analysis of this trailer, definitely let me know in the comment section down below. Stay tuned and subscribe for more Battlefield content from the channel. We'll definitely be covering this game when it releases. I'll see you in the next one.